Well, that's what I was thinking about having the like call me talk, like as in call me and call me, like
Call me, daddy.
call me talk.
Call me daddy.
Yeah.
Talk.
so that and just like film it in the fucking the spa tub with the jets.
Yeah.
With like the double color lighting and shit. Just calmly explain Marxist theory. We got tons of puns.
Tons of puns.
Tons of puns.
Tons on tons of puns. Puns in our buns.
So many puns to run. Ugh, please don't shun.
My favorite hoagie is a Cuban on a pun. Rest in peace, Cuba. Designated a fucking what was Cuba designated? Before Trump left office, he was just like, Cuba, fucking terrorist state or some shit like that.
Stop paying attention to Trump in the end there. Remember when the U.S. like wanted Cuba as a territory?
No.
Oh.
I don't think I was old enough to remember
that. Oh. Yeah, you know, you don't remember living through the Cuban Missile Crisis?
I do not remember living through the Missile
Crisis.
Crisis.
Shit. See, unlike you, I have access to my past lives.
Ah, fuck. How much did you have to pay for that microtransaction?
You have
I'm on free to play.
You have to pay half of your remaining current lifespan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty decent trade-off if I just lived till like 50 but knew what I did in every lifetime before.
Yeah.
But does it like keep
You have to make the trade each lifetime.
Time. Okay, so like 50, then like 25, then like 12, then 6.
Well.
I think if I just keep
like your overarching lifespan is infinite because you're reincarnated infinite times.
So I cut infinity in half.
It cut no. It cuts down the lifespan of your current life. So like if in your current life you were going to live to 60,
I cut it to 30. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would definitely take that trade.
Okay.
Every single fucking time.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, free to play, real life sucks. Did you know Cuba has a higher literacy rate than USA?
Yeah, no, Cuba's got
and also a higher lower infant mortality rate.
Did you know that Cuba has a U.S. military base where we torture people for no reason?
I go there for fun sometimes. On a Saturday night, that's where I get my kicks.
Yeah. I'm surprised I haven't run into you there.
I'm opening a sex dungeon called fucking Guantanamo.
Guantanamo gay.
Guantanamo gay! Yes!
Guantanamo slay.
Yeah.
God,
Guantanamo baby.
This is the clip that gets us canceled.
That's fine. I support sexy fun time at Guantanamo Bay. I can say that with full confidence.
Yeah. If we like fucking just took like the military presence out of Guantanamo and just turned it into a nightclub.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Millions of dollars, dude.
Yeah, it would serve greater benefit to society because Guantanamo Bay does jack shit for us.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd be making fucking bank. Yeah, welcome to fucking CommCast.
Welcome to CommCast.
The thing we said we were gonna do every week, and then we stopped for like a month. But now
it was holidays. Fuck it.
It was holidays. Forget everything I said. Vacation was nice.
Vacation was great. We went to Guantanamo Gay.
Yeah, we had a fucking blast.
We had a blast in Guantanamo.
Oh my lord, bro. You wouldn't believe how fucking wet you get down there. Anyway, in other news, we have our first organic follower now.
That's right. We were out there, and I was not out there. Lucas was out there.
I've been out there in the trenches.
In the trenches, in the fields.
Man, holy shit. Let me tell you, I have brain damage
Good.
From the time I've spent on Twitter recently.
You deserve it.
Everyone has told me how pointless it would be. How much just like self-torture would be for nothing, just spending time on Twitter. They were right. I get we anyway, but shout out to our first organic follower, Jim Jatres, who I didn't know at the time. I guess in his bio it says he's a former.
He's a former U.S. diplomat.
Yeah, or a retired GOP foreign policy advisor.
Yeah.
He may be embellishing his self-importance there. I don't know, but if that's true, it all fucking makes sense. I can see where the GOP has gone wrong this whole fucking time.
I mean, he did. Didn't he have like a campaign for being vice president?
Yeah, he wanted to be vice president.
What a outstanding goal. I want to be vice president.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I just fucking I was browsing, Paul Joseph Watson's feed basically, and just found some War on Christmas shit.
Hell yeah.
Tweeted, responded to some tweet by some fucking idiot who was just getting really triggered over this shit, and I didn't expect him to respond, but he did. And then it went on for like an entire day. I was like responding to his tweets at work and shit. And yeah, near the end of it, I guess he just kind of like got bored and started liking all of my tweets, and I was also pretty bored. So I just like wasn't even making arguments at that point.
Yeah, it's very interesting to read because I found out about the whole thread after the fact, because I don't know how to use Twitter, to be fair. So I open my phone and I have like 7 notifications from Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck is going on our channel?
Yeah, a couple people dogpiled onto the thread also. Yeah. One dude, like, I don't even remember what the fuck his whole deal was, but like somehow, oh no, he was responding to the fact that we have a hammer and sickle in the thing, and he just like went to the like. He first responded with hammer and sickle and avatar equals opinion worthless or some shit like that. And then like, I got into it with him, and somehow he randomly out of nowhere fucking drops that like people of color have made no contribution to modern society, and that white people are the only ones who have had made any meaningful advances in the life we live today and shit. And I was like, and then like he posted that as well as like some other bullshit responses to some of my other things, and immediately blocked us, like the account, so I couldn't respond to any of them. And I was like, I've never seen such a fucking power move in my life. Like
you just got to speak your piece and walk away. That's how you got to do it. That man's living life the appropriate way. You speak your piece, you block them, you call them idiots, you walk away.
Yeah.
No argument to be had. You can't be proven wrong if you can't be proven.
It was painful, but I had a good time, honestly. And at the end of it, Jim ended up following us. He's our highest profile follower now by far. The only person outside of our friend group is following us.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I
hope one day we can get him on the show. That would be fucking fantastic.
That'd be wild. That'd be an adventure.
Yeah. Like, if we can get him on the show, I'm honestly like, we don't even need to continue.
Yeah,
I'm satisfied with that.
That's a pretty solid like ending point for the CommCast.
Yeah.
But we do have to get back on his good side because we're not allowed to see his posts.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You mentioned he
privatized his fucking Twitter.
Privated his account now, so.
Oh, yeah, privated.
He privatized his Twitter account.
He now sells the rights to it.
Oh,
it's
so
just a
beautiful.
big. It's just a big ad scroll.
Yeah, man, fucking. So that does it. I blew Jim Jatres out so fucking hard. He had to private his Twitter.
Fucking Twitter.
That's an accomplishment.
Hell yeah, dude.
They said it was for nothing. They said I would just like waste my life away by responding to Twitter comments.
We just have to post this. We have to link it to this podcast with like at Jim Jatres.
At Jim Jatres.
Follow us. Let me see your posts, please, Daddy. Please, based first follower.
Oh man, yeah, I like he made a comment near the end of the thread that was like, if you haven't noticed by now, when I get bored with a conversation, I just like to start liking all their comments just to confuse them. And I'm like, I know what the fuck you're doing. Like, it's pretty fucking but also I retweeted that, just being like, hey, thanks Jim Jotras for the clout and shit like that, basically. And then like right after, I said like, thank you to failed vice president wannabe Jim Jotras. And then like right after that he followed us, and I was like, oh shit, is he gonna see the subtweet?
The thread did seem to end in like a like an amicable way. Which is like, I feel like a story that you don't hear often in the Twitter comments. So like it's pretty cool that like
if not amicable, I think we like 3/4 of the way through the conversation we knew that nobody's mind was going to be changed, and we were just kind of like throwing shit back and forth.
Yeah, you understood that it was like just Twitter beef meta at that point.
Yeah.
And you were just like, yeah, we're just in this for the fucking games and shit.
We're playing it for the internet points.
Yeah. And we got an internet point.
We got internet points. Yeah, fuck yeah. It hasn't led to anything yet, but
I mean, we haven't done anything.
We haven't done anything. Yeah, we literally haven't done anything since.
We literally just, like,
I haven't been on Twitter since either.
No, you just did that Twitter beef, and then we just like silence. Just
bro, it's like, oh god, I want to get into more Twitter shit, but the main thing is like, I'll get into something and nobody will reply until I'm like starting my work week, and then I'm like getting all this shit at work, and I'm like, I don't want to just go silent for 12 hours, because then it seems like I'm fucking pussying it out. And I'm like,
that's the thing about Twitter beef, is like Twitter beef is just like fucking rapid
it's
fire,
in the
dude.
moment. Yeah.
If
like,
you're not like, if you don't respond in 10 minutes, it's like fucking done.
Yeah. Like if you're replying to a Twitter beef 2 days after it's happened, it's like
you're a loser.
Yeah.
It's like, you're still up on this, you fucking like go fucking
and that's like, I think Jim and I both realized that near the end of it. We were like, I think it went like overnight into the next morning or something, and near the end we were just like,
yeah, this is done.
This is done, man. we're running the clock on this shit.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
Well, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Our first real follower.
Yeah. So how about abortion?
I love abortion. Abortion omelets are my favorite meal of the day.
I'm sure if Jim Jotras ever catches word of this, we can have a hearty little Twitter beef about this as well. We were just watching a debate on it, and
it hurt.
Yeah, it hurt.
It was an hour and a half of arguing bodily autonomy.
Yeah, I mean, not even they weren't even arguing the philosophically bodily autonomy. They were like nitpicking they were nitpicking the analogies to like be 100% 1-to-1 to like what an abortion is in real life. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like that's the issue with every debate that gets brought up, where you have to where you like acknowledge or argue on the level that a fetus is a human life, basically.
Where you acknowledge personhood at conception.
Right.
That's where you come across the problem. Because
that is like the fundamental argument of half of that group, or of the pro-life camp. And like, I don't know, I get where they come from in order to like sort of establish like a neutrality position and try to just hash out the bodily autonomy section of it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Yeah, every single time that happens, you end up just nitpicking analogies. And
because like you just cannot come up with an analogy that's analogous, because there's not a situation that's similar in society. It's just a matter of like a woman is, holding a blob of cells in their uterus, which doesn't get it doesn't even get a nervous system until 8 weeks in? I'm not a fucking doctor, but like there's been plenty of like studies that say like no heartbeat or anything until like 6 weeks in, which is usually when you get your abortion anyways.
Yeah, abortions are in most cases very early
like
stage.
immediate, because you're
Yeah.
not just like, you don't just sit there and think about it for like several months, like, do I really
Right.
want this baby? It's just like, oh my fucking god, my birth control fucking
Yeah, I mean, and on a
Didn't work.
technical level, like birth control is even an abortion because
Yeah,
it's just not
it's
allowing the
negating
eggs.
the process
Yeah, it's
of life to begin.
yeah.
And then there's Plan B pills. Like, Plan B pills aren't illegal.
Right.
Plan B pills say like, Plan B pills are like the earliest form of abortion,
Yeah.
because it completely fucking
I mean, I guess there's people who even want to like take that shit off the market, but
assholes.
yeah, they're fucking insane. And that's the thing, like, and even in the cases where they're later stage, like not very late stage abortion, like, okay, abortions after the child is born, that's not even an abortion. That would actually be like killing a child,
infanticide.
and that's already illegal. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like the stories that like a bunch of people have been bringing up, like I guess before the election cycle started, there were like a bunch of Republicans who were going into this weird ass fucking conspiracy theory that like Democrats want to allow abortions after children are born or some shit, or that it already happens or some shit.
Yeah.
And that's not fucking true. That's illegal. Or if it does happen, that's already illegal, and that person could be prosecuted.
No doctor is just like a week or two before due date is just like, oh yeah, I don't think I want this baby anymore, and the doctor's just like, okay.
Well, it's like if the child is already born too, like, why would you choose abortion over just like putting it up for adoption? Like that's already like the thing.
Abortion's not
exactly.
a choice at
like,
that point
yeah,
anymore, because you
right.
can't fucking abort a fucking child.
Yeah, and like the grand majority of cases where there is like a late stage abortion, it's because of legitimate medical risk to the child bearer.
Yeah.
Like, they could fucking die carrying the child.
Yeah.
And like, I guess in those instances you could get into a bodily autonomy argument, or some shit. But I think that like,
I think the bodily autonomy argument at that point is just like, what's the point of birthing the child if the mother bearer is not there for the child?
right.
So I think at that point, if you're gonna have a bodily autonomy argument, like that's pretty much irrelevant, because you're just gonna say, I'm gonna choose the child over the child bearer. Now you're just gonna have a child that goes probably straight into a fucking adoption center. Right.
And that's like sort of the state enforced bodily autonomy thing, like where like it's immoral, or whether or not the action in and of itself is immoral, the state should not have the right to force someone to sacrifice their own life in favor of someone else, basically.
Yeah. And then it could be extended into in a sense of like birth control failing or rape, because like when it comes down to, when you speak to a pro-life person, they like there seems to be an abstract in which they think that you're just like, that the abortion is the alternative that you're using to birth control.
Right.
They're trying to make the argument sound like,
yeah,
oh,
like,
you
you should have been responsible in the first place. Yeah, like
yeah, they're trying to say like, oh, I don't want to take birth control, so I'm just gonna keep getting fucking abortions every like 3 months or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that's not what people are trying to do. Like, that shit's, they don't even understand.
Not to mention the toll that would have on your body.
Yeah, they don't think about the mental fucking aspect, and like the physical intrusion of the process of an abortion.
Yeah, well, also like most places, I mean, I don't know about most, like there are a lot of places where like you were forced to go through like a several day or like several week process of like, listen to this, like,
you had to
listen to a child's heartbeat, look at it, like you have to understand, like, in the like,
yeah, and they send you through like fucking mental hula hoops and shit.
Yeah, they like they make you feel like, they have to make you feel guilty before they like you go through the process, and like.
But that's not even talking about the consequence of miscarriages, because I know in Alabama, and like I think it was Alabama and Tennessee, where there were cases where they banned abortions, like completely illegal, and women were being arrested for miscarriages because there was no provable evidence that it was not an attempted abortion.
Right.
So when you're taking away the bodily autonomy of the child bearer, you're leaving them up to the rest of the legal spectrum, in which you say, oh, well, so you had a miscarriage. There's no evidence to say that it wasn't an abortion. There's no evidence to say that this was an accident, and it goes to trial. I don't have the exact articles, but like that, it just leads open to a miscommunication on that end, which is like truly terrifying.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's such a fucking difficult like I feel like it
Not difficult.
Yeah.
Not difficult.
Abortion is one of the most difficult conversations to have talk about. Yeah. Because it's one of those issues that I feel like everyone who's arguing it has just a fundamentally different reality they're living in.
Yeah. I mean, it's also the children phenomena.
Yeah.
Where like, think about the children and blah blah blah, and
right.
So you just turn fetuses into children, and then you're like, but we have to save the children, and now it's like, it's an overextension of such a weak like pathos argument of saying, I don't like kids shouldn't be exposed to gay marriage and like this, that, and the other, and like you're killing children by doing abortions and shit. And it's like, yeah, like
if you actually cared about the children, there's so many other issues that would fucking
like if you want to be pro-choice, be fucking like pro fucking social reform and increase the quality of life in like adoption centers.
Yeah,
allow gay people to adopt children so that they're not sitting in a fucking foster home for the rest of their lives.
Yeah,
until
exactly.
they turn 18 and they're sent out to the system.
Right, and also expand trans rights for the youth.
Whoa. Whoa.
Segue.
Yeah.
If you wanna improve the mental health of the youth, the trans community and the youth have a extremely high suicide rate.
It's a shame, and like Trump fucking leaving office, like on his way out, was just like, what were the changes he made? He said trans people aren't protected under, like job discrimination laws.
Right.
And all that stuff. I forgot what all the things he did.
Yeah, I think he like removed them as like a protected class or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which is absurd. I don't know. I imagine Biden would turn around and fucking slap that shit back on, but
that's too much power for a president to have. But that's something we can get to later on.
Yeah, the executive orders can also be shut down by the Supreme Court, but
can they?
I think.
Well, that would certainly suck because it's what, like 6-3?
Yeah.
In the Supreme Court right now.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Fuck. But yeah, no, Biden's been signing a lot of executive
Biden's
orders.
been siding with the trans. You heard?
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're cool.
I remember someone the other day like just mentioned to me like, oh, you hear like Biden's letting trans kids into their selected genders like athlete or like athletics programs and shit. And I was like, I couldn't tell what fucking side they were taking on it, but I just like chose not to address it. And I was like, I actually didn't hear about that. No, whatever. But I like looked it up, and like most of the first articles I saw were shit saying like Biden's first day in office marks the end for women's sports or some shit like that.
Whoever cared about women's sports? Now
it's like all the same people who said that.
Sudden.
All the same people who are saying this shit now are the same fucking people who would go around being like, "You want to hear a joke? Women's basketball."
It's like all of a sudden, it's like because you hear all these articles about just like fucking women's basketball players are fucking like sitting out because they're not paid as much as men are, and just like people are like, yeah, that's because they don't get the audience and blah blah blah. And now all of a sudden people are just like, oh, women's sports are under attack.
Yeah,
and
or like the people who are arguing like,
the
oh
double
well,
standards are
well, like what
ridiculous.
if little Susie was gonna be the top of her class, and then some big fucking chunky man comes in and just
Chunky
kicks
man.
her fucking ass, and
Just kicks
now
her
he's first place just because he said he's a woman. It's like, oh, weren't these are the people who was bitching about participation trophies the whole fucking time? Like, why don't you fucking earn it? But anyway, but like, I don't know. The
Government mandated testosterone pills.
Right. Biden is not just now allowing trans athletes into their selected
Yeah, it's
youth
almost like they
sports.
forgot this has been in like the news for years.
Yeah, this has been happening for a while, and these same people have been bitching about it for as long as it's been around. And it's like, I guess there's some places where it's like specifically not allowed, I guess, because of their specific state's guidelines or how fucking religiously fundamentalist their school is or whatever.
I don't know how the Olympics is about it.
The Olympics has
hormone.
The Olympics has hormone requirements.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be on that like specified hormone for a certain amount of time, and I think you have to like take a blood test or some shit like that.
Oh, I mean, I think every athlete just like has to take a blood test.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you have to take a blood test for like drugs and all that type of shit anyway. But like I think as well they like look at the hormone levels of your blood, and it's like this isn't an issue of like, oh, Jimmy's not doing so great on cross country this year, so let's just go over to fucking the women's team and now we'll be first place. It's like this has been around for a while, and in most of the cases it's generally like you have to be on that specified hormone for like at least a year, I think is the general guideline. And like what person just on a whim, like for whatever reason, like, oh, because I have to get my sports scholarship or whatever the fuck, like as if there's no other scholarships, or like, you know, we should reform education in general so that scholarships aren't even fucking needed. But other than that, like even still, like what person is gonna be like, oh, let me get this little bit off my like college tuition or whatever the hell, or get the just get the pride from having this award, so let me go to my doctor, get diagnosed with gender dysphoria, go to a psychiatrist, have meetings for a specified amount of time so that I can then get hormone treatments for an entire year so that I can then join the women's sports team so that I can then be the first place on the team. It's like, what? This isn't a fucking issue that's actually like realistically gonna happen. Like,
no, for sure. Nothing like that would definitely like a child is not gonna have that kind of processing. But if there's like an insecurity thing, for sure, because the male gender in today's society definitely has like the toxic masculinity problem.
Yeah,
like I can believe there's definitely outlier cases in which a man, like a teenager in high school is not performing well on his team or something, and it is like it's mentally affecting them, and they might want to, like, they might take that turn in order to feel better about themselves. But of course that's a mental issue which needs to be addressed separately,
right,
and which also needs funding in its own rights, which we do not do.
Yeah.
So like if it's really a concern to you that all these men are entering women's sports teams and whatnot and blah blah blah, then maybe we should have more focus on how to raise men and how to better handle mental illness and how to better handle mental instabilities in children.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like so many issues ultimately come back to just we need better stuff. We need better care. That's going to like healthcare, medical care, mental health care.
Fuck Medicare for all.
Care
for all. Hugs.
Everyone gets a Care Bear.
Everyone gets a hug.
From Bernie.
In
his mittens.
In his mittens.
Even in the fucking deserts of Arizona.
we need to make a fucking we need to make a Crowler meme. We need to make that Crowler meme with Biden sitting behind the fucking table with like, everyone deserves a hug, change my mind.
Oh, Jesus.
New meme inbound, folks. Stay tuned.
I think that on Valentine's Day every year, the NSA needs to send everyone a personalized Valentine note
to their sponsored citizen, just like a pop up on your monitor or whatever. Says
for one day. That one day out of the year, they turn on their webcam.
They turn on their webcam. We watch their screen.
Yeah. It'll be a beautiful moment.
Virtual huggies from Mr. Smith, your personal NSA supervisor.
Fuck. But yeah.
Yikes. This is also like, how is this even an argument? But
yeah.
How are these things we have to talk about?
I mean,
the world's moving too fast. Politicians are too old. Biden is president.
Yeah, bro. Can we get someone who like isn't predicted to die?
AOC 2024, dude.
Please.
She turns 35 in 24.
Please.
Wouldn't that be wild?
AOC, I swear to God, if you don't run for president, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess vote for Bernie again. Oh man,
we just have to inject that man with steroids,
bro,
for as long as fucking
I'm
possible.
convinced Bernie's gonna live forever. I'm convinced Bernie is just like a reincarnation of like one of the founding fathers. He's like the collective souls of like the embodiment of America, and he's just been like waiting around in politics for however fucking long he has, just to like watch over everyone. And he's probably so fucking tired of of how much shit this country has gotten into.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting to see what happened since what's the word? During World War II, and then like post World War II, with FDR and the New Deal and all the things that it created for the boomers, like all the opportunities they had, and then all the legislation.
It was because of socialists.
Yeah, and all the legislation that chipped that away and created what we have now.
Yeah, like I don't know, the fucking repealing of fucking monopoly busting laws and union busting and all this shit is I don't know, like the same people who talk about the Great Depression and all the shit that it wrought will just so actively ignore the fact that it was socialists and unions that brought America out of that shit, and that like the greatest period of economic growth that they always loved to fucking tout about was supported by unions, and also was like greatly because of like war economy. And like the manufacturing and industry that's implicated through like how much shit they had to make for World War II and all that.
Manufacturing.
I don't know, and like a lot of the societal or not like like innovations of that time were results of military funding, of like taxpayer public funding, basically. And a lot of that shit was repealed, and like by Reagan it was basically just all fucking gone. And I don't know, now at this point we have like completely fucking broken public funding. The military doesn't really military funding doesn't really result in technological innovations that we see in the public anymore very much.
Oh, of course it did, dude. Haven't you seen a tank rolling around your city after a surplus tank was like sold to your fucking city?
Right.
Bro, I remember seeing that shit in fucking Boca, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there was
just a tank on fucking what are the wheels with the fucking chain, with the
Tracks?
Yeah, with fucking tracks around it and everything, like with like 2 or 3 dudes just sitting in the back in fucking camo and with like a solar. I was just walking to my school bus, and I was like, what? Or my bus stop, and I was just like, what the fuck? Did someone just get like fucking bombed or some shit? Like,
oh my lord,
what is this doing down a residential street? Not even down like a major like a highway or anything. It was in a neighborhood, dude. They were just riding a fucking tank around a neighborhood. So what do you mean the fucking? What do you mean the military? We don't see military.
It's certainly helped the war on drugs,
for sure, dude.
But yeah, like the tech sector that we do see, and like to some extent innovations from are for a large part like monopolies, and is going into surveillance that's then going back to the government.
Data analytics with stealing your data.
Yeah, but like. And then, I don't know, conservatives go over and blame, like, what the Democrats, I don't even like the Democrats, but what socialists and stuff are trying to do are even trying to push more towards the model of what we had, pulling ourselves out of the Great Depression and, like, the Great New Deal and all this shit that people tout about being such a great fucking time. And it's like, I mean, it's a better version of that. And yet, like, everyone talks about like as if what we have right now is what was back then or some shit. I don't know. Because yeah, like all of the fucking public resources we've seen from back then have been fucking abolished. Like,
yeah. I mean, they say make America great again, but we never had a wall on Mexico's border.
Oh my fucking god, yeah. I mean, even now, we only have 80 more miles of wall.
After like what, 15 billion, I think it was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, half of that went into fucking Bannon's pocket.
Who was pardoned, right?
He got pardoned.
He was in that final string of pardons with
Lil Wayne. Yeah, he got pardoned.
And
fucking Lil Wayne
and Wiz Khalifa, I think.
Oh my lord.
Kodak Black.
Kodak Black, yeah. For gun charges, both of them, I think. I don't remember what Kodak's was, but.
Do you think Biden's gonna pardon Assange and Snowden?
Yeah, I mean, I hope Snowden more than Assange, but
yeah, Assange is he's a twat. He's a tool.
Yeah, like Snowden at least tried to be kind of smart about how he did it. It ended up ultimately being not so smart, but
I mean, it's never easy to release like that kind of information.
Yeah, I mean, he sent out like the documents and trusted the press to censor out the good parts of it. Or the not the good part, the parts that shouldn't be released of it, and that was like where the whole fucking scandal.
Never
like
trust
someone, like one of the outlets like blocked it out with just black highlighter, like the highlighter tool, instead of actually blacking out the text, so like someone could just copy the text out and change the format to be able to read it. Yeah. I don't know. Snowden should be pardoned, though.
But yeah, Biden administration. He's starting his 100 days off. All right.
It's been okay.
It's what, day 4 or 5.
I guess part of why I'm still having mostly a positive light on him is because I still have myself in the position of like defending his points against the stupidity of the lingering Trump crowd,
who are still waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like pretty soon here though I need to really start like kicking myself into gear on like nitpicking all this shit.
Oh yeah, the first 100 days are considered the most important because it's like housekeeping. It's like setting.
He's setting the stage
and building the stage for the play that's to come.
Right.
And he dissolved the contracts for the XL pipeline, so they can't continue it.
Right. And I saw some people on Twitter like talking about like, oh, there's so many jobs that are gonna be lost and all this. It's like
put them in green energy.
Yeah, build
a fucking windmill, you fucking loser.
Put up a nuclear plant, my boy. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking we're re-entering the Paris Accord, and the
Plus.
WHO, which we never technically officially left yet, but he was planning to leave, I think.
You know, I don't understand why we would re-enter an accord that only helps Paris.
Oh my god. Bro,
Fucking
yeah,
Ted
fucking
Cruz is
Seth
the
Rogen.
biggest.
Seth Rogen's beef with Ted Cruz on Twitter. Have you seen that
I
shit?
have not, but I saw Ted
Oh.
Cruz's post on that was the argument when fucking Trump like first came in office years ago.
Yeah,
And he's
why do we give
still-
a shit about Paris?
And he's like the only fucking idiot left that's just like, oh, it's only Paris climate fucking blah blah blah, and it's just like, are you that fucking stupid?
Yeah, right?
Do the Geneva Conventions only apply to Geneva? You can only not commit war crimes in Geneva.
Didn't he go to fucking Harvard? Ted Cruz?
Legacy, dude. Legacy recruitment. That's why we need to if we can't have affirmative action, we can't have legacy. We can't have legacy applications.
Yeah, I'm like, either he like just paid his entire way through that shit, or he's just playing stupid harder than I've ever fucking seen before. Yeah, like fucking Seth Rogen's, like, I saw a meme the other day that was basically like, I love Seth Rogen's Twitter because it's basically just every day every morning he'll post a picture of a vase he made the other day, and then he proceeds to just like shit on Ted Cruz for the rest of the day. It's pretty beautiful.
Shitting on Ted Cruz is easy.
Yeah.
Who does comment etiquette? Does he shit on Ted Cruz all the time also?
I don't remember if he got blocked or not.
But it was Ted Cruz, right? That
Yeah.
just, like,
He
shit on
constantly
every day.
shat on Ted Cruz. I think there was, I don't know, there was a brief period of time where he was shitting on Scott Baio for a while, but
Did you see the Twitter trending for the Zodiac message got decoded?
oh
And at
yeah,
the same
yeah,
time,
yeah.
Ted Cruz was trending.
Yeah.
It was just like, suspicious.
I mean, his dad did kill JFK.
Yeah.
No.
Lee Harvey Oswald is his dad.
No.
Are you saying Lee Harvey Oswald didn't kill JFK?
Exactly. It was Ted Cruz's dad.
Ted Cruz Sr.
Yeah. Oh man, fuck. But as the Biden administration continues to evolve, so shall CommCast.
Oh yeah.
We will, what's the saying? From each according to their ability, to each according to their need. Well, I'm sure nobody needs this, but maybe eventually we'll have ability.
Someday.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we'll actually be posting shit more often and keeping up with current events. We were talking about wanting to do maybe more dedicated scripted videos or something to talk about actually fleshing out into specific topics.
Yeah, I think having like constantly relevant videos addressing topics would be like beneficial. Also, just having more interaction with YouTube every week just for like algorithm's sake, to have the videos plus the podcast, just to get us into more recommended feeds and whatnot.
Yeah, you really got to be like posting frequently to get on any recommended shit.
Yeah, starting more Twitter beef and just getting more organic, accruation of
see if
viewers
we can get any former GOP advisors on the CommCast roll.
We'll get Trump following.
Oh my lord!
I would
one day. I don't know. Trump and the GOP are kind of making a split, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but like just some more activity on our part.
Yeah.
And perhaps with the help of friends along the way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We'll have like we'll create a structure that makes this a lot easier for us to just pump out fucking meaningless propaganda.
That's also the goal, just to brainwash as many people as possible.
Yeah, if we can just like confuse and convert it, just as many young minds as physically possible into obstructing and destructing the current state of affairs in America.
Show this to all your friends. If you don't have any friends, just kind of like spam it on Reddit or some shit.
Just walk down the street and be like, hey. What you doing?
Mate.
What you doing, mate?
Fucking often, mate.
You fucking, yeah, you had your head back then, mate.
You're
cunt.
fucking schlong.
You're fucking schlong.
No. Monty's
the
probably
Monty's.
home. Speaking of friends. Yeah. Maybe in a month or so we'll have a little book club thing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bookmarks.
Bookmarks.
This just in. Monty.
Hello. Welcome
To the podcast.
to the safe space.
Welcome to the Pog Chad Podcast, Vosh Bad Podcast.
Whoa. Welcome to the Pog Chad Podcast Vosh Bad CommCast.
We've extended the slogan that we already can't remember.
Vosh Bad Hogwatch Podcast.
Hogwatch. We gotta steal everything from every political
Yeah,
commentator.
Hogwatch is Hassan's
This
thing.
is Hogwatch 2021.
Yeah. Anyway, there's so many puns to be had. There's so many puns to exploit. Yeah, I
So
know.
little real estate left.
We got the fucking bookmarks. We got bookmarks. What? Columny talk.
Talk. I think I had one more.
You sent me one at one point, but I forgot it.
Oh, it was compost.
Compost. Yeah, that's the
Communist
deep
shit
fried
posting.
memes.
Deep
Yeah.
fried memes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Communist shit posting.
So yeah, we got the Comcast for just our shit talking. The compost for recycled clips.
recycled shit posting.
Bookmarks our book club.
Which has many more fucking like interested members than I thought we would ever fucking have.
Yeah. No,
have,
we got
6-7 people that want to be in the
Yeah.
fucking book club.
Yeah. No, there's more people than I expected that are interested in learning about politics, and hopefully through there we can pull them further in. Once they're interested and once they appear in that first video.
Oh, it's Zoomy time.
Yeah, the cat's got the zoomies. I wish I could pull the camera out on this, but I don't know what we'll call our daily posts. I guess those won't have a title, but
Yeah.
we'll come up with something.
We can always just create more puns.
Yeah. Subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
It only takes $1. You'll be
bless.
able to read our Discord messages, but you can't type.
Yeah. Just do us a favor. Give us $1. Do it for Tetris. Tetris is.
He's really having a good time right now. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if he's having a good time right now. He could be having a terrible time.
The fuck out.
Everyone's just worked up today. It's that kind of day.
It's that kind of day. Communism
Monday,
is under
baby.
attack. We need to defend the communism.
Yeah. The proletariat isn't going to stick up for itself.
It almost never
Actually,
does.
I guess that's the entire idea of communism is the proletariat should.
Someday we'll unite the left.
One fucking day. Bro, we can't. We're having a hard enough time uniting the left. Having lib unity is going to be a whole fucking another challenge. Lib unity doesn't exist.
Does not exist.
There's only leftist unity. They must become leftists. Please leave a comment, like the video, and it helps our fucking engagement.
Yes. Subscribing would be literally fantastic.
Yeah. If anyone, if we get at one single subscriber, I'll cry on camera.
On camera.
Yeah. On the next podcast, you'll see me cry.
Preparing it. It takes me one whole week to prepare a tear.
Yeah. I don't drink water ever.
I don't drink water ever.
So I need to drink water for an entire week beforehand, first to rehydrate my body in general, and then my tear ducts.
Excellent.
We're really far out on a fucking limb here. on some whack ass tangent.
Share with your friends. Show them how stupid we are.
If you
Just
have
let them
money,
tune in every week.
you know, I understand capitalism's rough. If you don't got money, don't send us money.
Subscriptions are free.
Just subscribe to the channel on YouTube. It'll help our engagement.
A lot, honestly.
Yeah.
Getting more subscribers would really just like push us out there.
Yeah. Leave a comment.
Comments are also very cool. I leave comments.
Leave 2
Sometimes.
comments.
I leave comments, just being like shit.
I saw you leave the one calling yourself smelly.
Yeah.
I'll try to get in more Twitter shit.
Oh yeah, I'm so ready to learn how to use Twitter.
I'll start the Twitter shit and then I'll hand it off to you and you finish it.
Oh my dude, I'm so savage. I'll fucking like end careers on Twitter.
So I need to. There was a little adjustment period that I had where like the first couple people, they were just like some random ass dudes, no followers or anything.
Waste of time.
And I went a little too hard. I went a little fucking little too sicko mode, you know. And one of them came back and was like, "Yo, dog, you didn't have to go so hard, man. I just wanted a fucking link." And I was like, "All right, I'm sorry, bro. You're right." And then there's some people I think I might have given a little bit too much leeway with, but I think Jim Jotras was the perfect. That was the
sweet spot.
That was the sweet spot.
Well,
I'm ready for more.
That was like, what are you doing on our fucking land?